Before today, we have identified 7 individuals. A lot of people mistake the fact that they think 55 boxes and they think 55 sets of remains. In actuality, there are about 500 different bones within the 55 boxes. They're very commingled, they're very degraded, they're 70 years old, and so over time, we've done the forensic analysis by which to identify them. Last month, we completed DNA analysis of all 500 different bones. Because of that DNA analysis, today we announced that 25 additional families will be notified that their loved ones are found. What we initially found also was that there appears to be a number of non-US remains in those boxes. We will work with our Republic of Korea partners in repatriating what we think might be the remains of South Korean soldiers. In fact, last September, you might recall that we repatriated 64 sets of remains of Republic of Korea soldiers. We were working with the North Korean Army for 10 years, from 1996 to 2005. Since then, there has been no activity whatsoever to try to work to excavate the remains of 5,300 missing Americans inside North Korea. So we were highly encouraged last June when President Trump was able to secure an agreement from Chairman Kim, a commitment to not only repatriate but recover remains of Americans inside North Korea. Our government immediately said that our negotiations were going to be separate from denuclearization. And so from the very beginning, we were allowed to communicate directly with the North Korean Army, and we've done that. We had initially a meeting in July. We had another working level meeting in December. I and my counterpart have sent letters back and forth. Unfortunately, in March, after the Hanoi summit, they stopped talking to us. We're not sure why that they quit talking to us. We're not sure why they weren't amenable to fulfilling that commitment. We were open to having that dialogue. Fast forward, President Trump and Chairman Kim meet impromptu in the DMZ, demilitarized zone. I took it upon myself that after that meeting, I wrote another letter on July 4th to my North Korean counterpart, asking him again, given what our leaders discussed, given the commitment from Singapore, we're willing to discuss with you the resumption of operations in 2020. I've yet to hear a reply back since my July 4th letter, but as with anything, we are hopeful that North Korea will see the value of having this joint operation, which is very humanitarian and would do well to be a building block, much like it was for Vietnam, a building block for a prosperous, stable, peaceful relationship. You know, our government clearly sees it differently, and our government purposely gave us permission to negotiate with the North Korean Army directly, separate from denuclearization. Again, using Vietnam as a model, we think there's great benefit to, again, keeping it on a separate humanitarian track such that we can build confidence, earn trust in both directions to be able to, again, develop a larger, more prosperous relationship. I think the main stumbling block is, again, do they want to cooperate with the United States? Do they see this as an opportunity to earn the United States not only trust, but also our appreciation? But it also elevates them, in my view, to the rest of the world. Because again, recognizing that they are cooperating with a former enemy on a very humanitarian mission, bringing answers to families, bringing home Americans who are missing, there has to be a tremendous upside to that, such that, again, it doesn't create walls, barriers between our two nations. I'd like to think it's very high. We have our proposal ready to present to the North Koreans. We were able to work with our other agencies within the United States government to allow us to be able to have that proposal. And again, as I wrote in my July 4th letter to the North Korean Army, we're ready to meet with them anywhere they choose at any time to be able to talk to them about what this could be, and more importantly, what it could mean for the greater relationship between the United States and North Korea.